Hi everybody, it's Nunu, your friendly teacher guide, and my purpose in this video is to provide an overview of this essay assignment, The Incidents, a 2019 short story by West student Victoria Thomas. I met Victoria in a creative writing class I taught at West in 2019. She is just a dynamite writer, and I followed her progress in that class with great interest and delight. And when I read The Incidents, I asked her, please, may I use this story in my English 101 class? And she graciously gave me permission to do so. So I'm delighted to share this story with you. Now, I do have a caution about this story. You can see the caution symbol here. I wanted to let you know that Victoria's story, The Incidents, deals with pedophilia. There's some imagery and also sexual assault. So if you are not comfortable reading and writing about this kind of story, I have an alternative essay assignment for you. It's due by 11:59 p.m. on Saturday that you can complete. You do not need to ask me for permission to do so. Simply click on this link and follow all the directions. It's perfectly okay not to write about the incidents. All right, let me go over the directions for this essay assignment. We can see that the directions are very detailed. They're very useful. I'm not going to read the directions to you. I'm just going to point out key pieces of information to keep in mind about this essay assignment. And the first is our class requirement: use artificial intelligence, AI, appropriately. So yes, use a spell, grammar, punctuation check, a basic spell, grammar, punctuation check such as Grammarly.com to help you to identify and to correct easily avoidable errors in your essay. But please do not use AI such as Grammarly Go, Quillbot, or ChatGPT, which will write or revise your text for you. Because if you do so, I cannot do my job as your teacher guide, which is to help you to build, to strengthen your writing skills. All right, what else did I want to tell you about this essay? The essay is due on Saturday. The directions are right here. They're very detailed. You have the requirements, what you need to quote, the word count, all of that kind of thing, which is very important. So read this very, very carefully. And you have lots of assistance in here in the directions. You also have an annotated outline that you can use to help you to structure this essay. The annotated outline contains information about Greek philosopher Aristotle's rhetoric, his famous logos, ethos, and pathos. I choose the American pronunciation of that because I don't speak Greek. I think it would be logos, pathos, ethos. But tomato, tomato, right? Logos, pathos, and ethos for me. I teach you how to practically apply these rhetorical approaches in an essay via the rhetorical focus in an essay right here. So read this very carefully, even if you don't use this rhetorical focus and this outline to help you to write the essay, because you'll learn a lot about essay writing. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to show you the annotated outline is right here that you can use to guide you to write the essay. But I'm going to ask you, please, not to copy any paragraphs verbatim, word for word. Use them as models of good writing. Let me see your writing in this essay. All right, I'm going to scroll down to this link. I'm going to go back into the essay, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to the peer evaluations, which are right here. They're due on Sunday, and the peer evaluations have a very, very specific format. There are 9 questions that you need to ask and answer regarding 2 peers' essays. I'm going to click on this link. And you want to read the information in this link very, very carefully, particularly the 9 questions, and evaluate the essay according to these directions here, according to these 9 questions. Any other kind of peer evaluation will not be accepted. All right, back into the essay, The Incidents. Is there anything else I wanted to point out to you? There is. Let me scroll down to the peer evaluations, and I wanted to ask you, please, not to evaluate anybody's essay if that person already has 2 evaluations in place. You need to respond to any peer evaluation, so we don't want to stick somebody with 30 or 40 or a trillion, billion, killion peer evaluations to respond to. So go down in the discussion, find essays that have not yet had any evaluations, and evaluate those essays. Now, one more thing I wanted to point out. You can earn an additional 10 points if you respond to my evaluation of your essay in grades. So a week from the close date of the assignment, which is Sunday, I return essay assignments within a week. Come into grades, click on the essay assignment, find my evaluation, and whatever notes I have for you, respond to them in detail to receive these 10 extra points on top of your essay grade. And I have that in gold because that's a gift. It's gold. It's 10 points on top of your essay grade. All right, if you have any questions or concerns, I'm over here in inbox, or you can come to home and you can click on this office hours icon right here. Learn my office hours, Zoom, campus office hours, whatever I have in here, and arrange to meet me face to face if you want to discuss this essay assignment with me. Now, who am I? I'm Nunu. I'm your friendly teacher guide, and I want your learning to be both meaningful and enjoyable. So enjoy this essay writing assignment.